there fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Wales for 10 things that shock tourists when they come here to Wales. And the first thing that shocks tourists when they come here is Welsh. Yes, the Welsh language. I know when you think, oh, I'm going to Britain, there's England, Scotland, Wales, yeah, they all speak English. Yeah, they speak English here in Wales, but they also speak Welsh. Like a lot of people will speak it as their first language actually. And when you see it, the shock is your mind going, how do I put those letters together? Where'd the vowels go? Like, it's funny because you'll see tourists when they're at the sites, right? I mean, I do the same thing. And you're trying to figure out, it's like, no, I'm going to figure out how to say this word. And you're like, like I'll figure out the country's name. You're like, okay, Wales, Cymru, no, Cymru. You're like, you just gotta like try to figure out how to say things when you're here. It is really tough, and you'll see it all over the place. All the signs are in English and Welsh, so you'll be fine if you don't speak Welsh. But it is kind of funny when you see it. You're like, dude, I have no idea what they are saying here, okay? Now, the thing that's nice, though, is if you kind of figure out the phonetic way of saying things, it actually kind of makes sense. Like, all the vowels that seem to drop off, you're like, oh, I guess I don't really use that vowel anyway. So it kind of makes sense when I say it out loud to myself. But just know, as a tourist, you're not going to know any Welsh. You don't need to know the Welsh. It's okay. You might want to know a few words to like be helpful, and I'll put some up here to help out. But overall, just know Welsh will shock you when you are here. But it is one of those things that it's nice when you try, and when it's here, they're like, oh, look at that cute tourist just trying to do Welsh. Oh, we all speak English here. You're fine. But it is kind of a funny thing. Now, the second thing that's going to shock you as a tourist when you come here to Wales is the amount of castles and castle ruins that are here in Wales. Now, you know there's Cardiff Castle and Caerphilly Castle. Those are kind of the more popular ones people visit as tourists because, oh, you go to Cardiff, the capital, and you go see the closest big castle from there. Caerphilly, you have that. But honestly, look at a tourism map of Wales. You will see maps all over the country. And the thing is for me, actually, I think some of the ruins are much more impressive than some of the upkept castles. So when you are driving around the country, just know that you're going to take a little detour every so often to hop off, see a castle ruin here or there, or a castle or something like that, to enjoy it for an hour or two, and then get back on the road. And the thing is, what you'll see is when you go to these castles, it doesn't always have the same entrance exit kind of thing, or you might not be able to get right back on the highway or the main road as where you came in, okay? And that so do have a heads up for that, because you might need to go a few miles this way to come back a few miles that way. And that kind of leads into the third thing that shocks you when you come to Wales is the driving and the little tiny lanes that you'll be driving on when you're here. Look, you're going to take the M4 into Wales, okay? You have that. But to really, and you can go to Cardiff and stuff, but if you really want to explore Wales, you got to have your own car, and you're going to explore out, and you're going to go down these tiny, tiny lanes. Like, it looks like it only fits one car, but you know what? There's going to be cars going both ways, and that can be a little shocking, a little nerve-wracking with those hedgerows really up high, and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Someone's coming, what do I do? You pull off into the hedge. There's usually a little like not a ditch, but like little bump out. You kind of pull in there so they can go by, or they'll flash you to come and they'll pull off to the side. It's okay, but I will tell you, you are going to be going on a lot of back roads. So make sure if you're going to be driving here, get the GPS, all right? It is a lifesaver because believe me, when you see the roads here, you will understand. And if it wasn't just the roads you have to watch out for, what you have to realize is when you're going to be driving here, it may say, oh, it's only 50 miles away. And you think, oh, that's an hour drive. No, no, no. Think that is like a 2-hour drive because you have all the hills and all the tiny roads and stuff like that. Also, Wales is really popular for bikers, like people on bikes going around, so you might need to watch out for that too. So just have a heads up, okay? And when you're driving, there's probably got to be one thing that might make it even more complicated, and that's the fourth thing that's going to shock you when you come here, the rain. Now, it's not raining right now. It was raining before, and yesterday was a beautiful day, and I don't want you to think it rains all the time in Wales, but how people talk about Wales online and how people talk about Wales in tourism and stuff like that, you would think, and I know Jocelyn mentioned this, she goes, you know, we're driving over the bridge into Wales, and she's like, you know, as much as people say it rains in Wales, I kind of expected one of those cartoon sheets of rain to be starting right at the line between England and Wales, so when you come in, it just starts pouring down rain. Look, it does rain a lot here. Like, we have 90% chance, 90% chance, 100% chance of rain the next 3 days. But the thing is, it doesn't rain all the time. It can be misty or a little bit of raining, stuff like that. It's okay. But the thing is, you got to realize it probably will rain when you are here. So do bring your jacket, umbrella. Also, you're going to do a lot of hiking when you're here. So make sure you bring your like shoes for in town, but then bring a pair of boots, you know, you can hike in, but also you can get muddy and stuff like that, because that does happen, okay? And the thing is though, when the sky's clear in the afternoon and you have a beautiful clear evening, the fifth thing that's going to shock you when you come here to Wales is the stargazing you can do when you are here. I mean, there's not a lot of development throughout the country. There's not a lot of light pollution that's out there. You have a lot of nature that's here, so you have these beautiful clear skies. And when you look up at night, I mean, it is like, wow, gorgeous. Like, you know, you see the trail of the Milky Way and you see so many more stars out there. And the thing is, we're here by Brecon Beacons National Park, which is one of 11 in the entire world dark sky reserves. So this is like a perfect spot to do stargazing. I feel bad that I couldn't take better pictures. I mean, I don't know how to do that. I need my buddy Spencer Pablo to help me out to get pictures at night, but my God, we got home last night. It was a beautiful day yesterday, sunny all day. It was fantastic. We get home at dark after dinner. We're just pulling our little driveway, get out of the car, say, kids, look up. And we look up and we're like, oh, wow. Even my 12-year-old tween, which, you know, if you're a parent, know how hard it is to impress them, was like, wow, this is amazing. Look, I can see the Milky Way. I'm like, yes! You know, I was proud as a parent, but I was proud as like an astronomy kind of guy. I'm like, oh my God, it's so crazy. It's just so crazy. And the stargazing here is awesome. So definitely come, get out at night. Don't just hit the bars. If you're gonna stay at a cottage or something like that, make sure you take some time on a clear night to look up, because man, it is fantastic stargazing when you are here. And speaking of gazing at things, the sixth thing that's gonna shock you when you come here is the natural beauty of Wales. I mean, this country is gorgeous. And when you come here, and I gotta be honest with you, you don't come to Wales to go visit the cities, okay, and the towns and the villages. Yeah, there's some cute towns and stuff like that you can see, but what you really come to Wales for is the outdoor adventure kind of stuff, the natural beauty kind of stuff, going hiking and stuff like that, going, you know, if you wanna go kayaking, if you wanna go cycling around, if you want to, you know, you can go, you know, climb some mountains and some peaks and stuff like that. It's really kind of a cool thing, and it's for all ages. I know today, we, you know, as a family, just wandered through Brecon Beacons, wandered around where our cottage was. It's really very much of a nature lovers kind of country. So maybe you want to go up to the north and go to Snowdonia National Park and see the peaks there and hike there. It's gorgeous. Have a little, you know, go do more of your adventure traveling kind of stuff there. Here at Brecon Beacons with the hiking and stuff like that, they have these little, you know, you can take the little trains up. Also, a lot of like cool little trains around Wales to check out for kind of tourism stuff, but also to get places, which is nice. Or you go to the Pembrokeshire coast, there's a national park, the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park. You can go there because the coastline, dude, Wales is like all coast around it. I mean, there's 3 sides of it, and the coast is gorgeous. There's not a lot of people visiting, and that's another thing that's kind of shocking. As beautiful as this place is for nature, you don't get a ton of tourists coming here, so you get a nice, like, on your own kind of feel when you are here. So there is that. But if you are more of a city person and you're not a big nature person, basically what I would say is go check out Cardiff. Cardiff actually is a really cool city. I know the first time I went there, I was impressed by it. Every time I've gone since, I've been impressed by it. I'm like, man, this is a good city because there's some museums to check out. You got some good nightlife and bars and restaurants. I had a really good time when I visited there in my 20s. I mean, it was a really fun place. But just know that if you're coming to Wales, it's more of the nature kind of stuff and going and seeing those castles kind of things than it is a city vacation. Now, the next thing that might shock you when you come here is how similar, yet how different in some ways Wales and England are. I mean, Wales and England have been tied together for a very long time. And what you'll see is there's a lot of similarities. You know, if you go to a restaurant, you're going to see the similarities. You know, yes, the fish and chips and the beef burgers and the bangers and mash kind of stuff, or sausage and mash kind of stuff. But the thing is when you're here, you also get some of the Welsh culture. Yes, there is the language like I talked about, the people, the food. You know, yes, it's more than just Welsh cakes. Okay, Welsh cakes, think of a scone smashed down into a tiny pancake form, really dense. Actually pretty good though. Or maybe you want to go have, you know, you want to have lava bread. And lava bread, sadly, is not made out of lava or bread. It's actually made out of seaweed, okay? You have some stuff that's very much Welsh. And when you come here, you do have a different vibe. You know, it's like when you go from England into Scotland, you have a different vibe because it is a different country, okay? So do have that there. Though you don't have the stamp that says you went to a new country, you do have that vibe when you are here. And that's one of the things that kind of shocks people. It's like, yeah, it isn't just an extension of my England vacation. I didn't just go from Bath into Wales, you know, as another part of England. No, no, no. You have some similarities, but you do have those differences, and that's really cool. And I guess the next thing I want to talk about for a shock for you is with that England-Wales thing is when you look up and you search things online about Wales, you'll be shocked how little there is on Wales for tourists, but also how much the English really rip on the Welsh. I mean, it's kind of like their like de facto joke for my simpleton kind of friend, ha 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 joke. Kind of like in the US, people make fun of Southerners kind of stuff. You see that a lot with the English when they talk about Wales, which is kind of sad because the place is actually really nice to go to. Tons of tons of the castles and the nature and stuff like that. People are super nice, so it's kind of sad in a way that they have that, but you'll be shocked that most of your research will show you, Welsh jokes, okay? But another thing I need to tell you about that's going to shock you as a tourist when you do come here is, I will say, you will be surprised by the starkness and emptiness when you do go to some of the kind of run-down old mining towns. I mean, Wales was huge into mining. That's where the money really came from. And when they stopped doing the mining, those towns really suffered. So when you go to those towns, sometimes it feels like a ghost town in some of them. Now, there's been redevelopment in a lot of places and people moved around the country and stuff, but you do kind of see that. And as a tourist, you come through this beautiful, beautiful countryside, and then you see this kind of rundown village here or there that happens because the mines closed down and stuff like that. Now, there's been a lot of gentrification or beautification of these places too, but it is kind of one of those things you see and you're like, wow, I'm shocked, but I can see where the mining industry really had a boom, but then you can also see where the bust happened as well. And I guess, and going along with that emptiness and starkness kind of thing, for like more of a happy note on there, is one thing you should realize is also you'll be shocked of the emptiness you will see after 6 p.m. in any village or any hamlet or any town in Wales. Maybe except for like Swansea or Cardiff or something like that, but honestly, after 6 p.m., when you go downtown, it's empty. I mean, it is empty because all the stores are closed, okay? All the stores are closed, banks are closed. Only thing that are open, the pub, right? You got a few restaurants. Okay, gambling, sports betting, you can still sports bet, you got that. But really, it's like empty. So if you don't get to one of the mining towns that are kind of a ghost town, you could just go to any village you go to after 6 o'clock and you'll feel like you're in a ghost town, all right? So, but don't worry, okay? Because if you think it's a ghost town then, just go into the local pub, okay? And that will lead us to the 10 things that's gonna shock if you come here, is how fun, how kind, and how welcoming the Welsh people are. I mean, for all those jokes the English make, they don't make enough of them about how nice the Welsh people are. The thing is, when you go around, the people are so happy you're here. Like, hey, they'll ask you, like, why did you choose to come to Wales? We're not usually at the top of people's list. And so you want to tell them, look, I came here to go see the mountains. I wanted to see the stars, the gaze at the stars, how beautiful it is, or see the castle ruins. The people will be very appreciative of that, and they show that appreciation back to you. They're funny, they're friendly, they'll tell you where you should go. I know everyone's like, oh, no, don't eat this place, go here tonight, okay? If you don't have a place, my cousin's there, he'll help you out. Don't worry, we'll get you in. It's been really nice when we've been here. And the Welsh people, and I've met Welsh people when I studied in Germany and I studied in other places. I had other exchange students from Wales that were there. And they're always like the most fun, party-going, but easy-going kind of people. And so when you come here, you have that vibe as well. Remember I said similar and different than England? That like more laid-back kind of vibe you'll have here, and friendliness is really kind of a cool thing. So I hope this helps you know if maybe Wales is right for you to visit. If you want to learn more, maybe some of the more like how-to things about Wales, we have a video of what you should know before you come to Wales as a tourist for the first time. Also, we got things on 5 things you should eat when you come to Wales, all on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions. And if you like travel videos like this, like fun, shocking travel videos or informative stuff, or tips how to do better, get a better rating at your Airbnb, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and we put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and we give honest travel advice because we want to help you travel better. So we want to say thank you to all you for watching. Thanks for writing, subscribing, commenting, all those things, sharing, and also special thanks out to our patrons on Patreon who make travel videos like this, honest travel videos like this possible. So I'll say bye from Wales.